Okay, I'm going to do this mix, just mixing the compound ceiling system and the gypsum wallboard. So I'm going to do it for this room, but you could, you could specialize one of the rooms for a conference area, or as you wish. Okay, so it's going to be the same. I'm going to do a ceiling. You can select the ceiling where you want it. I'm going to skip that because it's done. I'm going to select that and make that one actually a gypsum wallboard ceiling. And you can edit the boundary and create a rectangle in the center, just any rectangle, and say OK. If I section this now and double check, this is what happens. The rectangle inside has eliminated the ceiling. So what I'm going to do is place another ceiling here a little above. We could use the sides for the air conditioning ducts to move around and create a more of a atmosphere that is a little more wider and higher in height to ceiling. No? So let's go to the plan again. At this point you can say again ceiling. You can sketch the ceiling, rectangle, and make in this case a 2x2 for example, and adapt to the same rectangle here. You can say OK. There you go. So obviously we want to align things, so at this point we want to change the perimeter line for both of the ceilings. So I'm going to select this one, edit boundary, and I'm going to align this one to that one, this one to this one, and say OK. And now it's a matter of tapping here and edit boundary of that one. No? Align, and say OK. Now if I go to the section again, I never change the height, so we only have one type of ceiling in the center and another type in the side. You can play with this from the section as well. You can select the ceiling here and change that, for example, to 11.5. So it has that little jump there. Okay. Let's make it a little more obvious. Let's say 12. There you go. I think it's too much, but why not? So now the question is, as I said before, is what's happening here? Now you can have a light, there's recess, so you can change the ceiling to the sides and make a detail here later on. Of, there's a light hidden here that bounces against the top ceiling. Or you can do what we're going to do now, a partition actually here that goes from this point to this point and from this point to that point. So let's do that. I'm going to go again to ceiling plan. I'm going to do a partition wall. I'm going to select one of the partition walls that I created once. I hope it's here. If it's not, we have to create it again, which is the one-sided partition. Here it is. It really doesn't have to be 2 hours. So I'm going to edit the type, duplicate. I'm not going to make it 2 hours, just that. And we're going to call it vertical ceiling, for example. Say OK, edit. Now we don't need 2 gypsum boards, that's way too much, so you can select that one and delete. And we don't need 3 inches, it's just holding a very small, nobody's going to put pressure on that, so you can change the metal stud to 1.5 inch or something like that. There you go. Good. You're going to say OK. OK again. Rectangle. And for now I'm going to do it from level 5 to level 6. You'll see what happens there. I'm going to also check what's going on here. It's good. I think we have to space bar that. There you go. Snap to the end. Let's go to the section and see what I did. It's obviously crazy. This is a partition wall that goes from level 5 to level 6. Obviously we want to take it down to here, and we want to take it down to there. Okay, so that's the bottom constraint and the top. So in a real, if we have more time, the normal thing will be to create a ceiling level for each of the floors, hide them because you don't want to explain that, but use them for your partition constraint. And sometimes you could even have another level that is for top ceiling, bottom ceiling, depending on the case. Okay. So first thing I need to see is that this has to be flipped. So I'm going to go to the plan, tap on each of the plans partitions and flip them around. So I shouldn't have pressed spacebar before. Let's go to the section again, and that's good. Now I have to move this MV. This has to go exactly to that point. We need to do alignment AL to this line, this guy here. This is the top one, and align to this in the bottom here. Okay. See, that's something that we're gonna need, the change of layers. No, we're gonna have to say edit the type, edit, and check this, modify, select, unlock, select, unlock. Okay, and now we can select and taking it down, so it's a perfect connection. No, actually you can take all the way this up and then this one down. One carries the other one, so be careful. Same, you can take this one up to here, and we actually need to edit the top as well. Modify, select, unlock. Okay, okay, taking it down. So now it's a perfect detail. No? We have to do that for each of them, so we're going to say move. This one comes here, align to this point, that face, to this point, this face. Yeah, if you have this condition, you have to change the top constraint to be unconnected. So now you can do it. Align to here, select, down, up, down. Okay, so that's good in that direction, but if I go to level 5, there's always 4 partitions, so you can do another section very fast to see what's happening here. Double click, go to your section and do the same. No, let's go to detail. Let's make this unconnected in the top, and we're going to move this guy to here, align to the top, this bottom, take all the thing up and only this one down. Same here. This goes align, select, down. And last but not least, align to this guy. We select it, we make it unconnected in the top to be able to take it down. Align to here, this one, we move to here, and down, okay, let's create another camera there. Let's do it this time correctly from the floor plan, so the camera is correctly placed, and it's here, no? Let's change the view. Okay. Cool. So you can go again and place a couple lights very fast. Component, I think I have several of the lights already. 2x4. No, that's too big, so let's make it 2x2. Place it here. Escape, align, top. I'm going to actually make 2. Control, copy here, move, center. Actually, that's not center at all, no, because we're prime. So what we're going to do is select these two and move them, because we always need balance in these things. There you got it. Now you can place other type of lighting. You can say component, load family, lighting, architectural, internal. There's this recessed can, for example, the small cylinder units, and obviously you can create lines first and then place your lights, but you can place I think it tells you even a couple of them in the corners and then align them properly. So you can do DL. DL stands for other type of lines. They're detail. You can offset these guys correctly and then move the lights where you really want them, so you're secure of your organization. No? Let's see, where's the, I think the middle point is here. No? Good. You can always use mirrors or as you wish. Constrain out. Move. Move. So if I go to the camera now, which is the last 3D view, no, is it? Oh, this one here. There you go. You see the cans. Now if you want a different, you don't have to do any type of 3D or anything, but if you want to select your kind of a camera control, you can press here and set to the decrease of focal length and scroll in so it's not so exaggerated. You can escape that. By the way, if you want to do a rendering, these lights already have light peculiarities, so you can press the rendering and set the renderings to be low quality. And here under scheme you have to say that it's only artificial, because we don't have any windows, so no light is coming in ever. You can adapt the exposure afterwards. I'm going to press here render after I close this and hope that it works.